Hello, everybody. My name is Cade Verdeau, and today I will be presenting on Boeing's human resource challenges and strategic solutions. Boeing has faced major issues in recent years, including public safety concerns, some employee dissatisfaction, and I'm going to break down their internal culture. These problems have impacted Boeing's performance, their reputation, and their workforce morale. In this presentation, I will explain these HR challenges, go ahead and analyze where they went wrong and what they could do better, and offer some strategic solutions that can be used to rebuild trust, improve workplace safety, and restore employee morale. So let's begin by looking at the big picture. Boeing has gone through one of the most difficult periods in its company's entire history. The company itself has experienced multiple aircraft failures, including two 737 MAX crashes and a door blowout incident in 2024. These incidents did not just harm Boeing's reputation, they revealed serious cultural and managerial failures from the internal part of the company. Employees reported feeling ignored, overworked, and afraid to speak up on their own safety concerns. In this environment, HR has been called to lead change, and human resources must take a much bigger role, not just handling and hiring and payroll, but repairing the broken trust. Fixing company culture in the workplace is essential, and these next few slides I'll break down the biggest HR problems that Boeing seems to be facing in this current marketplace. To start, the first major HR challenge at Boeing is a broken safety culture overall. Investigations have shown that many employees were genuinely afraid to report problems with airplane parts or production flaws because they worried about retaliation or just losing their jobs. This fear has created an unsafe workplace where fear rules and known issues are ignored just to meet production deadlines. HR personally has failed to protect whistleblowers and did not have a strong system for anonymous reporting. This allowed dangerous practices to continue, harming others and leading to deadly accidents and global scandals. Rebuilding a strong, transparent safety culture is absolutely necessary to protect workers, customers, and just the company's overall future if they want to continue practicing. Boeing's second major issue is a complete and utter collapse in employee morale and trust overall. Just a decade ago, most employees felt proud and even, shared their employment with others to be working at Boeing. But after these recent safety scandals, employees' pride has sharply fell. Internal surveys has shown that less than 70% of employees even felt proud to work there, and even fewer trusted the company's leadership. Workers feel that their concerns are ignored and believe that their leadership cares more about profits than people and their safety. This has made employees feel discouraged, unhappy, and even more likely to just leave the company straight up. HR has taken major action to rebuild their trust between leadership and employees. Or, the alternative is that Boeing can take more risks in just losing their most talented workers and their staff. The third issue is Boeing's damaged relationship with its own labor force. In 2024, Boeing faced a large worker strike and responded with 17,000 job cuts. This made tension between employees and management, frankly, even worse. The company's relationship with the labor union has become extremely strained, and with workers feeling mistreated and unprotected, these layoffs without fair warning or supported cause created plenty of fear and uncertainty throughout the company. Fixing these labor relations is a top priority. HR must improve communications with unions and treat workers fairly and provide stronger job protections if Boeing is to be stable, motivated, and a more efficient workforce. To fix Boeing's safety culture, HR must introduce major changes. First of all, personally, I think Boeing should set up a fully independent and anonymous reporting system for safety concerns. And without outside oversight, to guarantee fairness, employees should be rewarded and not punished for raising safety concerns for all customers. That shows that reporting problems is valued and not punishable. Managers should also be trained on how to respond properly to concerns, creating an open-door environment where employees feel safe to speak up about problems in the company or with, parts and services. These changes, I do believe, will help Boeing identify problems faster and overall prevent future disasters and keep the company's spirits much higher than what they currently are. To rebuild morale, I do believe Boeing needs to improve how leadership concerns connect with employees. HR can personally introduce regular employee engagement surveys and make leadership bonuses depending on how employees' trust scores, ensuring that executives are rewarded and have an overall incentive for even caring about this stuff. And honestly, it builds a better culture. Management should host open forums and employee town halls to listen and respond to what is concerning the everyday worker. And they should just listen to them directly. HR should also offer more career growth and professional development programs, helping employees feel invested in the company by its own success. This personally can improve communication and, employee career opportunities. And Boeing can rebuild its pride among its workforce and employee morale overall. HR's role at Boeing must go beyond basic services. It should be deeply involved in crisis management. HR should be a part of Boeing's crisis response team to make sure employees received support during difficult times, better communication during crisis, and this can prevent confusion and overall keep employees informed. I do believe that HR should also lead culture audits after every major incident to address how employees are feeling and understand safety concerns and where improvements are needed. With HR as a part of crisis leadership, personally, I believe Boeing can respond more efficiently and effectively to emergencies that affect its employees and protect its customers and, employee bases. And that brings us to our HR metrics. To make sure that these changes even work, Boeing needs to track their progress with clear metrics. This includes counting how many ways employees report safety concerns without fear, tracking employee morale through quarterly surveys, and overall reducing employee turnover. This HR method also measures how much leadership is rated by employees and make improvements based on those ratings. The number of employees who show that this would improve Boeing culture is extremely high, and improving this culture with their leadership is holding them accountable for real change, and showing that they want to improve shows the employees that they can take pride in their work and that overall that there will be a difference made in the company. And to wrap it all up, in conclusion, Boeing cannot fix its problems without fixing its culture. HR department can make this happen by creating a stronger safety culture, rebuilding employee morale, and improving its labor relations. Boeing can rebuild its reputation and keep its employees happy and safe. HR has the power to change Boeing for the better by listening to its employees, responding to their concerns, and making sure that leadership is held accountable for their actions. If Boeing can focus in these specific areas, I believe it can recover from its current situation and see success future. And in the long run, I think this is an overall extreme improvement. Thank you for listening to my spiel about Boeing. This ended up being an extremely fun project, and thank you for the opportunity to make this work. Thank you for watching.